Have a great day. A warm welcome to all of you. Success is possible for those who are willing to walk with extra miles. About our institution, Virudhunagar Hindu Nada Sendikumar Nadar College, Autonomous, was founded in the year 1947 with the noble objective of imparting quality higher education to the underprivileged youth of the southern part of the Tamil Nadu. An institution which had a humble beginning has now registered a phenomenal growth by blossoming into a premier institution with a record number of courses and research facilities in as many as 10 departments. Bestowed with a state-of-the-art infrastructure and blessed with committed team of staff, the institution is reaccredited with A grade by NAC in the fourth cycle of accreditation and has got 47th rank in NARF ranking in the year 2020. This temple of learning has churned out of many heavyweights in all walks of life in its journey towards excellence. Let's begin with the program with college anthem.
கல்லூரியே எம்மை காக்க வந்த எங்கள் கல்லூரியே உம்மை மறவோம். கல்லூரியே உம்மை காத்து நிற்போம் என்ற சங்கல்பம் நாங்கள் தருவோம். கல்லூரியே எம்மை காக்க வந்த எங்கள் கல்லூரியே உம்மை மறவோம். கல்லூரியே உம்மை காத்து நிற்போம் என்ற சங்கல்பம் நாங்கள் தருவோம். ஒரு தாய் இல்லாமல் இந்த உலகில் எங்கு ஒரு செய்யேது, நீ இல்லாமல் எங்கள் அறிவு கோயில் இங்கு வேறேது. கல்லூரியே எம்மை காக்க வந்த எங்கள் கல்லூரியே உம்மை மறவோம். சிந்திக்குமார் செதுக்கி செய்த இந்த கலை சிற்பம் எத்திக்குமாய் புகழை சாற்றி அவர் பெயர் பேசும். கற்போம் கற்பிப்போம் இங்கு கற்றவைகளை கொடுப்போம் வளர்ப்போம் இங்கு பெற்றவைகளை. லட்சம் லட்சம் பேருக்கு வாழ்க்கை தந்துள்ளாய், உச்சம் உச்சம் போவதற்கும் முதிரம் நீந்துள்ளாய். கல்லூரி வளர்ந்து நிற்க கல்லூரியே எம்மை காக்க வந்த எங்கள் கல்லூரியே உம்மை மறவோம். கல்லூரியே உம்மை காத்து நிற்போம் என்ற சங்கல்பம் நாங்கள் தருவோம்.
Believe you can, and you are halfway there. Let me welcome our Dean Research, Dr. N. Jaykumaran, Associate Professor in Physics and Dean Research of our VHNSN College. The man insists us to do more and give the deepest insight in any. He had received the Best Renewable Energy Scientist Award in 2016 and Best Teaching Staff of the Year in 2012 in our VHNSNC. He is a member and reviewer in various institutions and premier colleges. So let me invite our Dean Research Sir to give the welcome address. Sir, please.
Good morning to all. It's my great pleasure to deliver the welcome address for this wonderful function on the topic of customer intelligence. It is a very, very nice and wonderful topic at the right time. I am great pleasure to welcome the resource person, Sogra Kutan from Brindavan College of Arts and Science from Bangalore. She is a wonderful expertise resource person from the Management Science Department from Bangalore, who is her expertise a little bit delayed, even though today we are going to have a wonderful session on the topic of customer intelligence. On behalf of VKChandasana College, which is a pioneering in the field of research for the past 50 years, from 1969 onwards, in all the fields of science and humanities, every year we are completing around some 30 to 40 PhD scholars from our college. with a lot of research expertise in both arts and science, and lot of research related support from central and state government funding and international funding. This college is blooming to a great heights of higher education. It's my great pleasure to welcome our resource person, Dr. Sugra Kuttan from Brindavan College of Arts and Science. She is a management science faculty, even though she is a multidisciplinary resource person. She has a capacity to deliver in not only in management, also the topics related with management that is useful for the community and the public and the students and scholars. With this great introduction of great expertise of Sugra Kuttan, it's a great
Thank you,
pleasure
sir.
on behalf of our Vivekananda College. We welcome you to this great function. It's my great pleasure to welcome all the participants from various institutions from our college and our colleagues and my team members. My team members are my pillars and my energy. With my great pleasure, I welcome all my team members, both the technical and comparing team and all the behind the screen and off the screen, on the screen team members for this function. Yeah, I welcome all the participants from our college, that is the students category, particularly commerce students for this function. This is a topic for the right time because customer intelligence is one of the right topic from small business to the large scale business. So with this great occasion, I welcome you all for this function. Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, sir. Make yourself the best, and destiny will do the rest. Let me happily invite our additional Dean Research, Assistant Professor in Commerce, and today's convener of the program, Dr. S. Muthulakshmi ma'am, the perfectionist, admiring personality, and encourages in small things, to introduce the chief guest. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Marisha ma'am. Very good morning to everyone present here and all my dear students of the college, Dean Research, and the team members of Sandhi Research Advocacy Forum. And not only from our college, the participants from outside colleges, the faculty members of the other colleges and our college. I welcome all of them for this one-day webinar, national level webinar. Let me take a great opportunity in introducing Dr. Sogra Khatun, an associate professor, BBM. She has completed BBM, MBA, and PhD in finance. She is having 9 years of experience in teaching field and 2 years in industrial experience in City Financial, completed 6 years in research. Working in Brindavan College of Management as an associate professor in MBA department as a finance faculty. She has published 6 finance research papers and attended more than 20 national and international seminars. She has been a resource person for management colleges and also acted as external for Viva and a resource person for a number of webinars. As a reviewer for question paper also she has acted and set research proposals for funding in ICSSR. She has been granted 2 proposals and 2 proposals in Azim Premji University. So such a wonderful person, Sogra Khatun is here to give us more information on customer intelligence. So thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation and coming all the way to give us. Thank you so much, ma'am. She has been waited for a long time to share her inputs with us, and hope, dear participants, you can gain from all those inputs and make your career path a successful one. Thank you, ma'am, and welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, this is the time we eager to wait for your experience, sharing your experience. Ma'am, the stage is yours. I hand over the session to you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Sogra Khatun here. So I'm really glad and very thankful to to Muthulakshmi madam and the management that they have given the opportunity to share my knowledge with you all. So today my topic is customer intelligence. I know when you're seeing this story, you feel like, what is this? First I have to put a meaning of the concept of customer intelligence, and I'm showing this elephant pig kind with the three more persons around that. So it's having a story about it, it's having a moral story. I cannot tell moral story, but it has got a interlink story with the concept that is customer intelligence. See, there is a group of people, blind people, who are just roaming around, and he saw a big elephant around them, and the group of people were, they are blind, and they encountered a big elephant on the road, and they started scrambling, and they just gone near to him, and they started touching the elephant, a different portion of the elephant. The first person touches his trunk and tells that it's and he feels that it's a big spear. And the next person he touches his trunk, and he tells that it's a big kind of uh, uh, kind of thing what he's experienced. And the other person touches his tail, and he felt that it's like a big snake. And other person he touches is the wall of the elephant, the other side of the skin of the person, and he shares that it's like a big wall. And the other person touches his feet, and he tells that no, it's not that thing what you're experiencing. I'm experiencing a different feeling, that it's a big trunk of the large tree. So different people, they are having the different experiences about the elephant, and they deny each other that whatever they are sharing the experience. So like this, they are denying, and they're discussing each other, and they are not able to come to the conclusion that what is the real part of what they are doing, and what is actually it is coming to their mind. So here the moral of the story is the elephant is a customer, and the people who are scrambling, who are touching, and experiencing different things in their mind at the different departments in the organization, a different department in the organization, where they are trying to tell that, where they are trying to experience different things, and they want to interact with the customer, but they are not coming to the conclusion that what actually they are experiencing. So this is all about customer intelligence. Here we can link the concept of customer intelligence, where the customer is the elephant, where the people who are the blind people, they are trying to interact with the elephant or the customer, but they are not able to come to the conclusion, but still they are finding the way, to come to the conclusion what actually the elephant is all about. So this is called customer intelligence, which I'm trying to explain you in the pictorial form. So what is actually the customer intelligence is, the meaning of customer intelligence. Next slide. The customer intelligence is the process of gathering and analyzing information deriving from the customer data that an organization collects from both the internal and external sources. So the internal sources and the external sources, they are two parts of the things where the organization try to get the data. Customer intelligence, the meaning of customer intelligence, the process of gathering and analyzing information derived from the customer data. So the organization, if they want to retain or they want to have the communication with the customer, they have to get the sources from different sources or different platforms. It can be internal platform, the external platform. The internal sources, it can be generated by directly interacting with the customer, or it can be the database, or it can be from the call center system, or from the sales system. So data external can be with gathering from many different sources, like from the sales marketing team in variety of industries, such as banking, telecommunication, and consumer goods. For example, if you call to your customer, if you have any kind of problem, confronted with any kind of problem, and you call to the call center and you talk to the executive, and he will tell you different things, and you tell your different sentiments to the executive, and you fed up and you keep the call. The sentiments, or whatever the communication you have communicated to that call center, everything will be captured, and it will be based as a data. It will be based as a data, and it will be processed with the help of the artificial intelligence, or with the help of the different algorithm, and this will be accumulated as a data, and this data will be converted into information, and finally it will become a customer intelligence, which can be useful for the analyzing and gathering and processing of data for the different organizations. So this is actually customer intelligence. Customer intelligence is a process where the organization will collect the data from different sources, from different sources, from different platforms. It can be a call center, it can be websites, it can be different websites are there, where the people go and have the touch, personal touch will be there. So through this, the organization will gain the data and utilize the data to know their experiences, to know their sentiments about their products. So this is about the customer intelligence. And I have told you the external data. Please, next slide. So personal demographic, this include data such as age, income level, debt level, educational profile, and marital status. Such data might be analyzed to explore buyer pattern of people. For example, if I want, as age wise or as sex wise, if I want to go for a shopping, I will select one app and then go through the different requirements. So through this data, you will come to know that what kind of requirement that actually the person is looking for according to the age and according to the requirement. So this is called a personal demographic, where they are able to track you what kind of product you're looking for and what age you're looking for. For example, if being a lecturer, being a professor, if I'm looking for any kind of specs or any kind of books, so they will they will come to know that what is my historical database are there, who I am. If I am being browsing the net, and if I'm leaving some kind of comments or any kind of any kind of comments or any kind of data for the people, they will come to know that about my personal details. And next is geographical demographics. This includes data aggregated from specific locations, such as data might be analyzed to explore buying pattern in rural areas, or it can be through your geographical data, they will locate you from where you belong, whether you are from metropolitan areas or from your rural area, what kind of product you're looking for in different platforms. So this is also a kind of sources where those people who are getting the information from they want to get the information from different sources, they will extract the data. And next is attitudinal data. This includes information about how a customer or potential customer perceives a company. This type of data might be gathered from surveys, focus group. This is actually a kind of research where the people give the information face to face, that what kind of product they're using, what is the benefit of the group. Either they will take from in person and they will go for a similar kind of people like a focus group, or they will contact center, or even customer comments about a product, which will become a greater reliable sources for them for getting the information. So this is about the customer intelligence sources, internal and external sources. Here, to broke the customers, we have divided the customers experience, the customers, into 5 parts, that is siloed, myopic, transactional, and listen, unscientific, and indifferent. Please, next slide. The customer who are siloed, who are the organization who are working in a siloed. The siloed are the customer. They don't see each other. They don't do interaction with the customer frequently. They missed out their, they are not interested to know about the customer. They missed out the information. They are not frequently aware with the customer, and they don't come up with the customer face to face. So because of this, they missed out number of requirement about the product, or maybe the historical perspective of the customer. And next is the kind of customer is a myopic. Myopic is a customer where the organization will not see the holistic view of the customer. They interact them only in the last transaction. They don't know much about them, and they're not interested to know much about them, and they just want to concentrate, what they want in the final interaction. And next is transactional. Transactional, in this type of customer, they don't see the basically what kind of product they're looking for, or the historical data of a person, and they don't see the strategies view. There will be a strategies to capture the data of the customer, but they're not aware about the strategy. They don't plan the strategy. They don't engage the customer and the best. And they don't engage the customer, and they are not interested to make them happy to the customer. And the next kind of customer where the organization work is unscientific. Unscientific is not grounded with data. They don't have any data. So for every organization, if they want to work and retain the customer, they need a database. They need a customer. They have to work out on customer intelligence. But this kind of customer, they don't have any database. They don't deal with the database. If they don't have database, they're not able to have the track on them. And the second kind of customer is indifferent customer, where the customer left with a feeling of isolated. They don't feel like they are the part of the companies, or they are the part of the they're using the product. They're just left out, and they get a cold shoulder treatment, and they don't feel engaged. As a result, the company loses the revenue opportunity, and ultimately the customer is left as a churn customer, where churn customer is a customer where they don't feel that they are engaged, and they have to leave they have to leave. It's an attrition rate where the customer has to leave the company, leave the product. So these are the kind of customers, where the organization has to deal with them, and every organization who are having the different types of customers, they have to deal with them. And for this kind of customers, they have to make the strategies to engage with them, to make them happy, to have the database, and to track them the historical data where they can they can get their requirement, where they can get their discretion and choices, so that they can make the data and get extracted the information and finally come to the customer intelligence, so that they can bring up their requirement and come back to the market with the new products. So this is about the customer experience, which I've broken into 5 types. And the next slide. Yeah, customer intelligence. How the customer intelligence help to make customer success. So let's see this. It's not about only the customer success, it's also about the organization or the company success. So the first thing is customer segmentation. The customer intelligence help the customers and the company for the customer segmentation. Customer segmentation is nothing but the practice of dividing a customer base into a group of individuals that are having a similar requirement in a specific way. You can provide different value proposition to different customer groups. Customer segmentation are usually determined on similarities such as personal characteristics, preferences, or behavior that should correlate with the same behavior that derive customer profitability. So customer segmentation is very important. When you segment the market, when you provide the product based on the customer segmentation, you can provide the requirement to the masses of the people. When you know that what customer is actually needed, a perfect group of people, you can actually provide the product or provide the service to a number of people. So the customer segmentation is also a very important point where the customer intelligence can gather the information and can analyze the information by segmenting the market with the different similarities in the group. And the next is churn analysis and prevention. What is churn analysis? This churn is nothing but where is a process of using the churn data to understand. Churn analysis is something where the company has to see why the customers are leaving. Why are they leaving? Which customers are likely to churn shortly? What can you done to reduce the churn? So when the churn attrition is increasing by 5% and if the churn attrition is reduced by 4%, it can increase the 25% of the revenue. So churn analysis has to be reduced and it has to be prevented so that the profitability of the company can be increased. So to know the churn analysis, to analyze the churn, you should know the customer, why they are leaving, what is the reason of leaving leaving from their experiences, leaving from the product, or leaving from their sentiments, or detracting from themselves from the market. So what is the reason? It can be maybe because of they are not getting what they needed, or they're not happy with the product, or they need an improvised product, or they need some other product. So churn analysis plays a very important role where you can get a lot of data about the product. You can uncover the opportunities for better communication. You can predict and reduce the future churn, and you can unleash the secret weapon during a crisis. So churn analysis is also a very important analysis where the customer intelligence can use to make the customer success and also for the company. And next is personalized customer experience. See, when I'm talking about customer intelligence is not about only, analyzing and gathering the information about the customer data into the masses, but it is also building a personal profile with the customer. So until and unless you will not build a personal profile with the customer, you will not come to know about the requirement of a personal people. So it will take a long time. Customer intelligence is a very big process where you have to collect the data about the different people. About the different people, about different analysis you have to do. So when a customer logs into a different website, for example, if I'm watching a Netflix, and if I want a particular kind of movie, suppose if in the second time also if I'm watching a similar kind of movie, they will come to know that what is my preferences of watching a TV, and similarly they provide the same kind of movies to me. And as a professor also, if I want to go for a different kinds of books, like if I shop for a different kinds of management book, they will come to know about my preferences. It can be a preference books, it can be cosmetics, whatever it may be. So it go on accumulating the personal data of the customer. So customer intelligence is not only about analyzing the data about the masses, but also personalizing the customer preferences based upon their choices. You have to get personal and get personal with the customer and get the personal profile with different data points where he is having a touch points in the various apps in the internet platform. And next is understand your customer in depth and analyze the sentiments. So this is very important in the customer intelligence. You have to touch the people with the sentiment. Sentiment analysis is an automated process to analyze the text and interpret the sentiments behind it through machine learning and text analytics. So this process is also known as opinion mining. It's often used by companies and brands as it's a strategy for social media monitoring to manage large amount of data and gain consumer insight to learn more about customer sentiment and competitors. So sentiment is very important because whenever you are, some customers are very much obsessed with the product that they will connect their sentiment with the product, and whenever they visit or they will they will go with any kind of websites or looking for a particular product, they will attach their sentiments, or sometimes they will leave the comment in the Twitter, or they will leave the comment in any kind of blog about the sentiments, whether they're happy with the product or they are not happy with the product. It can be a positive or negative feedback. So this kind of information can be useful for them analyzing the information about a customer in depth, and going in depth and getting the insight of the customer help you to retain the customer and providing the required kind of product features to that particular product. And next is generate customer profile and segment and respective value score. This is also very similar with this with the previous point. Generating customer profile and segment. Generating customer profile and keep it confidential by the company is very important, because whenever the customer interact or he will go to any kind of platform, he will accumulate the customer information personally, and he has to accumulate and he has to make it confidential, and he should not share with any other company. So this can become a very big data to them, so that because whatever the customer profile he is keeping, he can provide the customized and tailor-made product for them. So it will increase the value of the company, So the generating customer profile. And next is mapping customer journey. So mapping customer journey is all about, is a visual representation of the customer journey. It is also called buyer journey or user journey. It helps you to tell the story of your customer experiences with your brand across all touch points, whether your customer has interacted with you by social media, email, or live chat or other channels. So mapping the customer journey with visually helps you to ensure that the customer slips through the cracks, So it is very important, when you are knowing the journey, when you know that, at which touch point you have met them and what kind of product they are using. So obviously you can have the track of the data, and you can provide them a different kinds of features of the product, and you can make them to retain them for a long lasting period. So that is very important. The customer journey, mapping the customer journey is very important, because it will help to mitigate the loss whenever. So nowadays we are seeing that there are different competitors who are coming in the market. So by knowing the customer journey, you can provide them product, and you can keep them in track. By providing them what is their requirement. And next is create personal based insights. So personal based insights is nothing but you have to create a personal platform with the customer. As I told you, customer intelligence is not only about getting or analyzing the data of the masses, but also but also knowing the data about the customer personally, what he is all about, what kind of data, what kind of product he is looking at, what kind of features he is requiring from the product, what kind of additional product or offer he is looking for, and what is kind of additional value he is looking for from the customer. So this is also very important by creating a persona with the persona-based insight with the customer. And next is personalized next-based action and next-based offer. So next-based action is nothing but when you, I think you must have visited any kind of hotel when the waiter come, after providing the coffee, he will suddenly ask that coffee with fries, with any kind of snacks he can get to you. The next best offer or the next best action. So this is a very important strategy where when the customer is, doing any kind of shopping in the website or any kind of platform, suddenly you're coming out with any kind of best action which is very similar with the product, so that you can provide them the best action. For example, if you're shopping for a mobile phone and the next best action will come, why can't you take this mobile phone case, or why can't you take this earphone with the earphone? So this will be helpful, to make the customer retain with the same kind of brand, retain with the same kind of, retain with the same kind of brand, and to retain them with the same kind of company, and also by offering them with a discount and offer price, you can make them to stay back on. You can make them to retain for a longer period of time, by personalizing them and offering them the next best action. And next is improving targeting. So you can improve the targeting of the customer. Like if you know it is very well implied that when you know the customers, what kind of product they are using and what kind of product they want, obviously you can target the market. For example, if you know that there are so many people who are, you can target the market according to the age, like the teenagers, the adults, or the age people. Obviously, if you know them better and you have the data and you have got the information and you analyze the data, you have got the intelligence, you can target the market with different group, and you can provide them the product with a better service. And next is increase cross or upselling through market basket analysis. Cross-selling. 1 minute. Cross-selling is nothing but the sale of an additional product or service that is related to the primary purchase that a customer or client makes. The most well-known example of cross-selling is the fast food sales line. If you encouraging the customer, if you are encouraging the customer to get something, and he's coming out with other kind of things. So cross-selling is something when you are purchasing anything, they are coming out with another thing, so that they will make you to stay back in the platform where you are purchasing the product. It is like you're coming up with a different action or coming up with a different offer. So upselling or cross-selling, it is all kind of strategies, very good strategies, where you can use them for by providing a additional product, or by providing additional kind of features to the product, and by using the intelligence. By using the intelligence, you will come to know that what kind of product they are looking for and what kind of additional product or services you can provide to the customer. And next is increase spend and retention. Obviously, if you are going through the data of customer intelligence, or you are in the process of converting and getting the data, analyzing the data, you can obviously retain the customer by increasing your investment through the artificial intelligence or machine. Through the help of artificial intelligence and machine learning, you can retain the customer for a long lasting and make the customer loyal to your product or to the company. And next is enhance customer engagement and customer experience. This is a very important point here. Customer intelligence is all about getting and analyzing the data and information about the customer data. So here, when you're doing the customer intelligence process, you have to engage the customer with them. You have to engage the customer with the product. The customer engagement is very important. It is not only about the product, that the company has to engage with the company itself, the customer product, and also engaging the customer with the company, and coming out and you're making them to share their experiences plays a very important point of data and information for analyzing the data for the customer intelligence, and helpful, and it is beneficial for the customer intelligence, because when you engage the customer, they will come up with their experiences and they will share a good or positive experience in a number of platforms, which gives a huge push to the company to come back with different kinds of features of a product. So next slide. What type of data goes into customer intelligence? So when we are doing the customer, when the company is analyzing or gathering the data, what type of data they are looking at and where they are looking at. Let's see. The first is speech analytics. This is the process of collecting and examining voice recording to understand customer sentiments and behavior. This is done by examining the acoustic feature. So I don't want to read out this. I just explained to you. Speech analytics is nothing but when you're calling to the call center, you will be having a bitter experience or you will be having a aggressive experience, whatever it may be. When you're calling, the speech recording will be converted with the help of your machine learning, and they will come to know about your sentiment, about your emotions, what kind of responses you are giving and leaving in terms of your speech. So call center will be the best example, because here you are, when you're having any kind of problem, you're calling to the customer executive and you're talking to them. And if you are good, if you are having a good experience, obviously when you don't have a good experience, then only you're calling to the call center, right? So call center, they will come to know about the customer executive. They will make you to, they will guide you to a certain extent. And when you feel very exhausted, and you keep the call. So all this kind of data help them to know the customer sentiments and the customers' experiences about the product. And next is click tracking. This method can be used to feed information about your website visitors. This data sources can be used to produce different types of data. So customer track point is nothing but whenever a customer intelligence system takes their sources, analyze the data in order to extract useful information. So click tracking in whenever you open any kind of website and if you want any kind of product, when you click it, the intelligence will come to know that what kind of product you're looking for, and the next time if you open the same website, they will provide you the same kind of product in front of you. So this will be also a very important source of information to them, the click tracking. Next slide. CRM software, customer relationship management software system, help business understand the customer. It can keep track of orders, contacts, and customer information. So customer relationship management software and customer CRM we also know that it's a very basic component of customer intelligence, where you will be having you want to maintain a customer relationship so that they will use your product for a long period. So this information gather can be useful to determine which product or service customer are looking for, where the customers are located, and how to improve product and marketing methods. So customer relationship management also plays a very important role in analyzing the customer data. And next is customer satisfaction and market research survey. There are so many surveys will be done, on customer data, whether it can be a face-to-face through the questionnaire, or sending the mail after the purchase of the product, or sending mail or sending the Google questionnaires to, immediately after purchasing the product, or whatever it may be, So they want to know what kind of, satisfaction you have got it after purchasing the product, whether it's a positive or negative feedback. So the customer satisfaction can be gathered, by knowing your feedback, your experience, and your sentiments about your product. Some of the other ways, like tracking applications usage, tracking website activity, tracking shopping cart activity, and understanding lost basket. For example, if you are buying any kind of things from any kind of shopping baskets, like Amazon, or any kind of goods from that sources, also whatever the goods you are having in your basket or carts, what kind of preferences you are having, from the product, what kind of product you're looking for. And then integrated accounting with CRM to track payment patterns and account receivables, social media integration and mining, predictive renewables for subscriptions, what kind of subscriptions you're doing, developing a strategy for building a customer intelligence platform. So all this kind of data can be useful as a data, as a information for analyzing their data in a customer intelligence. Here, I just want to show you how we are having a Maslow need hierarchy theory. After knowing the meaning, and after knowing the different kinds of benefits about the customer intelligence for the success and also for the company, next we have to understand how they will do this kind of process. Like how we are having a Maslow need hierarchy theory. It starts from physiological, need, then safety, love, esteem, and satisfaction. So here also there is a kind of hierarchy is there, where the company has to follow when they are collecting the information from the different platforms. The first is collection of data. The collection of data is generated from different platforms. The internet is a major platform where the collection of data generated by logging it into it, by collecting the data about the customer, about the consumer, and then it is moved to the reliable data source. The data can be structured data and unstructured data. The structured data is typically a categorized, and quantitative data, it is highly organized. It is highly organized. And unstructured data, as like qualitative data, it is also like data mining, where it is not systematically organized, where you can see any kind of data which is left as a comment by the consumer, the customer. Then after collection, it is moved into the segregation of the structured data and unstructured data. After that, it moves into the exploring and transforming the data, like transferring the data, like detecting the data and cleaning the data, what is useful and what is unnecessary data is there. And next, aggregating or labeling and analytics. By the use of analytics, they want to know what kind of, I don't know much about analytics, but it will go for the aggregation and labeling the data. After that, it will go for learn or optimizing the data, and after that it reaches to the artificial intelligence deep learning to know about new. It will go beyond the learning, like what kind of analysis they have to do. That is nothing but customer intelligence. So what kind of data they have to read. So this is the hierarchy of needs, like how we have in the management, the Maslow need hierarchy. So similarly, here also it will start from the collection of data, and then it will reach to the heights of the artificial intelligence for the deep learning. Next slide. Next, some of the answers business question using your analytical tools. So some of the questions, like the business answers, we're using the analytics, we're having a number of software, I don't know much about it, but similarly we know that, to a certain extent that the artificial intelligence are there, machine learning is there, analytics is there. What kind of, questions we are looking for to analyze the things after getting the data, which I have segregated here into 4 parts. The one is descriptive questions. What is happening? Descriptive question is like what is happening in the market. Like what is happening means like the customer, if they are not buying the product or if they want to buy the product, what is happening in the market? It is all about what they needed, what they wanted, or what is happening. That is nothing but a descriptive question. And next is diagnostic. Why it is happening? Diagnostic can be deal with any kind of problem, like if there is a churn analysis, if they want to do, or if they want to know the customer's sentiment analysis, they want to diagnose why it is happening. And then it's just predictive. What will happen? What is going to happen? What will happen, whether, if they are not buying it, or if they are leaving the market, if they are not buying the product, what will happen? What would be the next step? The predictions has to be, forecasted. And next is prescriptive. What to do? What to do is very important. Like what is the next strategy? What would be the next planning? What would be the next feature of the product? Customer sentiment. Okay. Next slide. Prescriptive. So this is the kind of data has been accumulated, and here they have given some integrated and holistic view about the brand. Like you can get the information about the customer. You can get the information about the customer, like customer framework. You can see the product features are there, overview, feedback, social media, and some of the websites are there. You can see the computer inputs are there. So these are some kind of integrated and holistic view where it will be helpful for the company to analyze and get the information about the customer for the help of the customer intelligence. This one you can see that integrated, and it's an integration leads to a holistic picture. It's a full kind of pictorial review. You can see that where they're having a number of circles which will be having a different platform, different sources where the company get the information gathered about a customer, and they will explore their necessity, they explore their experiences, and they come out with a definite problem. They come out with a definite solution. Next slide. Next, here I have included some of the CRM system can be used. Even the customer relation management is also a component of the customer intelligence. It can be helpful for the customer intelligence, like contact center. As I told you, contact center, this platform helps companies not only to interact with customer but also extract useful data from their customer. So the customer loyalty, the improve the experience, the contact center. The mobile CRM is also very important. They must ensure that the mobile version of their websites are optimized for touch screens and that customer can easily find and download their apps. It can be a mobile, it can be a contact center. Next. Business to business practices. CRM systems are useful extensively by business-to-business organizations to track customer interaction and help improve efficiency in marketing and sales. Even the CRM can be helpful to improve the business-to-business profitability of the organization. It can, and the social CRM, the uses of social CRM strategy to build, manage, and maintain customer relationship, to nurture and make the customer to grow relationship in a way that considers the needs to understand and respond to customer feedback and social media. Next slide. So here I have drawn a flow of life cycle, how the customer intelligence, extract the data from different sources, how they will engage, the experience, the engagement of the customer, intelligence, the making use of the data and information, and the communication. You can see the communication is a two-way conversation channels, like you can use the web, emails, e-commerce, social, mobile, and engagement, cross-channel engagement, campaign, messaging, offers, guidance, recommendation, intelligence, real-time, adaptive intelligence, behavioral profiling, interactive, attitudinal scores, and engagement value. This is the foundation of the customer intelligence, where the flow will be given as a life cycle. It goes like engaging the customer and using the platform. Again, it will communicate, and this makes the customer to engage, to engage with the product or engage with the company. And next question is how to improve customer intelligence. So the question is, what are the things you have to do? Still, you can improve the customer intelligence process, like creating a right customer intelligence strategy is very important to come up with a good, software, or it can be artificial intelligence, machine learning, analytics. So it is very important, to come up with different strategies to improve the data, to make the data, improving the data, for the analyzing of the data, for improving the data. So it is very important to come up with a good strategy. Good strategies about the customer intelligence. No, ma'am. Previous slide. Previous slide, please. No, ma'am. After this slide. Yes. And it is very important to invest in data analytics technology. The investment is very important for the data analytics, transform data into cross-functional information. See, customer intelligence not only help to the company, it is not only help for the customer, but is also very important to help to the different departments of the company, different departments of the organization, like marketing. It helps for the marketing and sales. It helps for the production management, and also it helps for the customer success. Next slide. Benefits of customer intelligence: improves production and profitability improvement. Obviously, when you know your customer, when you know your targeting people, when you know your strategy, what you have to provide in the market, definitely it will improve your ROI, return on investment. It will improve your profitability. It will improve your production. And it engages and attracts your customer in a better way. The customer will become more loyal to you. You can track the customer frequently, and you know them. If you know them better, you can provide them better, and you can retain your customer for a longer period. And it helps the company to gain more about the customer insights, customer information. Next slide. What are the reasons to start customer intelligence? Why the companies need to do the process of informationalizing information? The first is loyalty between customers and business. It is very important to know the loyal customer. Nowadays, there are so many products which are coming in the market. So it is you have to capture the market. We can capture the market only when you know your customer. If you know your customer, you have to make them loyal with the product. You have to make them loyal with the companies. So it is very important. The first thing is to make them loyal with the customer and the business. And next is monitor changes in the market as they happen. It is very important when you know the changes, what actually the trend is going on, what actually the customer is looking for, what actually they needed in the product, any kind of additional value. Definitely you can provide them through going with the data. And next is improve sales service. Obviously, customer intelligence adds agility to your strategy. It's very important. It will add agility to your strategy. the liquidity to your company. Customer helps to more relatable to your customer base. Customer helps to be more relatable to your customer base. Customer can help them to relate with your company, to relate with your product, to relate with your data. So these are the reasons to start customer intelligence. Next slide. Challenges. What are the challenges, which the company is going to face in future? Low or zero human intervention. Obviously, when I'm talking about the machinery, it will not give a 99% of meticulously or accurate result. When I'm talking about the artificial intelligence, obviously there is no any comparison between a human being and a artificial intelligence. So there is a limitation that you cannot expect a 99% of result. So that in the coming future the company has to invest with a good and qualitative software which they can become more reliable to them, which can give them accurate result about the data. And next is limited knowledge. The pivotal issue with intelligent technology is limited knowledge. Some of the company they are who cannot afford this kind of technology. They are going with a manual thing. They are not going with this kind of analytics. Maybe because of limitations in their capital or whatever it may be. So most of the companies are having a limited knowledge about this kind of intelligence. So they are not able to do it, and sometimes they will do manually. They end up doing manually, which we cannot. Sometimes they cannot fetch a good data or the reliable data. And companies, most of the companies, they are having inadequate trust. They feel that it will not give a transparent kind of result about the customer data, and they are not able to do them properly, and they end up not getting any kind of information about the customer. And the fourth thing is they are unable to capture all data. Sometimes they are not able to keep a track of all the data, and it's all about machineries, conversion process. So sometimes they are not able to tap the data in all the websites, and they leave unexplored about the necessity, about the experience of the customer experiences. And next is manually correlation data to drive insight. Sometimes they are not able to correlate the data with the drive insight when they do manually. When they are not able to afford it with the kind of data, they do it manually, which they are not able to relate the data with the drive insights. And limitation of current tools. Limitation of current tools is like some companies, they are not responding to the current scenario. They are not able to resist their changes with the current tools, and they end up in doing their own kind of process, and they are not able to come up with a good kind of requirement or good kind of things in the market. So these are the challenges of customer intelligence, where the organization or the company has to fill up the gaps or to connect the gaps, and come up with a good kind of strategies to capture the data of the customer.
Ma'am, from your talk, we learned what is customer intelligence and how CI helps customer success. We learned about
Customer
sentiment analysis with machine learning and type of data is needed for customer intelligence. From customer intelligence, how we can interpret the data to make the intelligence move. Ma'am, very nice presentation and clear information, ma'am. Once again, thank you for your nice presentation, ma'am. Thankful for what you have. You will end up having more. Let me invite the convener of the webinar, Dr. S. Muthulakshmi, ma'am, to propose vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Madheshwari, ma'am. I'm really delighted to propose a vote of thanks. I thank Dr. N. Jaykumaran, Dean Research and Associate Professor of Physics of our college, in welcoming the virtual participants. Thanks to the management for giving us permission to go ahead with the online webinar. Respectful thanks to Dr. P. Sundarabandyan, Principal of our college, for extending his cooperative hands in all our endeavors. My sincere thanks to Dr. Sogra Khatun, Associate Professor of Management, Brindavan College of Management. She has given a clear explanation of siloed, myopic, transactional, unscientific, and indifferent customers, and how customer intelligence helps in success of the management. She has also thrown knowledge on personalizing the customer preferences of the customers and how customer intelligence through opinion mining, mission intelligence, artificial intelligence is important. Thanks to the coordinators of the program, Dr. J. Pandirajan, Assistant Professor of Physics, Mrs. A. Marishwari, Assistant Professor of Computer Application, Mr. R. Prem Shankar, Assistant Professor of Computer Application, Mr. S. Selvanathan, Head and Assistant Professor of Commerce, Dr. B. Lawrence, Assistant Professor of Physics, and Dr. V. Shiva, Assistant Professor of Microbiology, for making this national webinar on customer intelligence happen. Thanks, team members, for your strenuous efforts and technical and manually and morally supporting me in all my endeavors. Thanks, dear participants, for joining us in the virtual webinar on customer intelligence. We hope to have you all in the next webinars. Thanks to all the good souls present here, and thank the Lord Almighty for making this webinar happen. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Muthulakshmi ma'am. And thank you all. Thank you, Sogra ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for
Let's
giving me
divide
the
up the session
opportunity
with
and
National
sharing the knowledge.
Yeah, thank you, Sogra ma'am. We are looking forward to you in the next webinars, ma'am. Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Muthulakshmi ma'am. Because of you, I'm here.
Definitely. Thank you so much. We are very delighted to have you here, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much.